Launched in 2017, OneLedger is blockchain as a service solutions company. We use our own blockchain technology to support customer business needs in the enterprise space. The mission that we have and that we've always had is to use blockchain technology as a business tool in the enterprise environment. Our mission is to simplify blockchain for business adoption, and it is to integrate blockchain into the specific business needs in the enterprise environment. We focus on some key areas over the years: technology, in healthcare, asset management, supply chain sectors, etc. And we built out our OneLedger protocol. And what's that? The OneLedger protocol is a unique engine, not just an adjunct of an existing platform. So unlike other blockchain projects, we are built from the ground up, and our mainnet uses an advanced ecosystem, a DPoS on Tendermint. So OneLedger can combine different consensus in the same chain. We're EVM based, so we make it easier for a lot of developers to port their dApps onto our platform. Okay. And we've continuously developing. We're building bridges, we're building virtual environments, and we continue to deploy one solution after the other. Because OneLedger is fast, effective, and low cost as a solution, we've been able to attract some very young, exciting, energetic, and innovative developers like the one we have today. So, without further ado, if you could introduce yourself, Johnson, to the OneLedger community.
Yeah, thank you very much, George. Hello, everyone. My name is Johnson Daniel, and I am the CEO and founder of Huddlz. You can find me on Twitter at jhuddlz. I'm very, very happy to be here. I'm excited, actually. So basically, I would do a little bit of short introduction about Huddlz and what we do. Huddlz is like an ecosystem. Our focus is mostly on building blockchain products or products on the blockchain, precisely. That solves a lot of problems already existing in the crypto space. The main focus for Huddlz is literally to solve issues with DeFi, GameFi, and etc. basically. And one of our major products right now has to do with AI. Using AI technology to solve a lot of problems that are already existing in the crypto space. Thank you, George.
Okay. One of the things that comes to mind as you went through the solution that you just introduced was solving problems. And one of the things that OneLedger has always wanted to do since we built our own layer one platform is, how do we help developers like yourself onboard easily, reach large numbers in the community, right? And build your applications almost without intervention, like some other facilities or some other applications would allow. So one of the things that we wanted to do is we wanted to have a very low cost transaction fee, completely opposite to Ethereum and other EVM solutions in terms of of transactions being able to run across the platform. And I think we've accomplished that because our fee is 0.6043. So essentially $43 for every billion transactions that you run across the system. I don't think there's any other platform that has a price point that low. So we're putting all the power in hands of developers with that. The other thing is stability. You can test and run as many applications and transactions like across our network, and you will find that our network will not crash. Our network is robust, is powerful, and the transactions just keep going with no issues. That's number two. And number three, ease of use in terms of portability. So you've got a robust, stable platform that allows your dApps to run consistently. You've got the lowest cost per transaction in the marketplace, and you have a system that's highly efficient. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to get this message out to other developers and let them be able to port their systems on and run and build their businesses. So we're going to keep highlighting these features: scalability, interoperability, security features of the dApp. And we need to showcase the platform continuously as the ideal platform that it is for dApp development. So I just wanted to share that. And I know that you and I have had some conversations about how your application runs on our network versus more, for lack of a better word, popular networks.
Yeah.
You don't have to call any names. Okay. But so I want you now, if you would, let's pivot to AI technology specifically. And one of the things that we're doing, we've currently run tests on your Maximal AI trading bot. And this is something that we've had in our path for this particular year to offer a trading bot that actually works. So there are quite a few trading bots out there now, but trading bot works on several different nodes, for lack of a better word. It could be arbitrage based, it could be risk based, it could be based on historical analysis. So you're looking for a trend analysis, etc. Take the statistics and run it, then the computer gives its best guess. But Maximal looks at all these options, don't they? Risk,
Yeah, exactly.
arbitrage, trend, everything in there. So the computer is able to process, the algorithm is able to process 100 times, 1,000 times more information than a human, and then actually gives you the best decision. And does it have any self-correcting language in the background? So tell us about Maximal, because I'm very excited about the whole thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And
Thank you very much, George.
And good.
Yeah, okay. Maximal is actually a very impressive product. And so far, during the testing phase, we've been able to learn a lot and collect a lot of feedback to improve the bot. A little bit about how Maximal works. Like you mentioned earlier, there are a lot of trading bots out there, a lot of them actually. Most of these trading bots out there are mostly expecting the user to have a little bit of a technicality on how to use the bot. They are literally not that simple. Many of them have to have the user get their API keys from centralized exchanges like Binance and KuCoin, for example. And, take, for instance, a novice trader, someone that is very new into the whole cryptocurrency trading aspect. And you tell the guy hey, I need your Binance key to plug into my trading bot so that I can trade for you. It's a little bit of complication, and the user has to now start learning, okay, how do I get my API key from these exchanges? And most times you don't do these things via the mobile applications. You need to open those exchanges on a desktop or on a computer or laptop or something like that before you can be able to access the API keys. And also it comes with a lot of risk because since these users are novice traders, sometimes they don't even know to deactivate withdrawal status, and they just give the API key over to the bot, and the bot can take out, make withdrawals without their consent or without them knowing. Maybe they lose funds and they don't know where the problem is coming from. But with Huddlz, Maximo bot, we don't request for users API keys. We build the application to be very, very simple, that even my mother can actually make use of the trading bot. It's just a simple plug and play bot that you don't have to worry about all the technical know-hows. The bot will handle all those things. And one of the best features of Maximo Trading Bot is that we try as much as possible to make sure that all transactions on the bot are actually on chain, so not off chain. So literally, you can actually check your address and check on a block explorer, for example, and see what the bot is doing. If you don't trust the bot, you can take a look at the block explorer and see what it's doing. So it gives that sense of transparency, security, and reliability, because all transactions happen on chain. And Maximo also has a lot of features in it. For example, if you don't want to take Maximo's trading advice, let's say you don't want Maximo to be the one handling your trades for you can actually conveniently chat with Maximo. So take, for instance, you want to know what the market trend is all about for Bitcoin. You can just ask Maximo, hey, Maximo, what do you think about Bitcoin? And Maximo is going to analyze the Bitcoin market, and it's going to return feedback for you. And the best part, it also gives a suggestion of a support level and a resistance level of Bitcoin. And you can even make Maximo analyze the Bitcoin market trend data for you based on a given time frame. So take, for instance, you are a day trader, and as a day trader, your focus is literally on the 1 hour time frame to the probably 4 to 6 hours time frame, and you don't want to go as far back as a 1 month time frame or 1 year time frame because you're a day trader. You can also make Maximo just make analysis for you as a day trader by telling Maximo, hey, what do you think about Bitcoin in the 1 hour time frame? Or what do you think about Bitcoin in the 2, 3, or 4 hours time frame? And Bitcoin will give its analysis based on these time frames that you have suggested to it. So Maximo is going to give those analysis based on those time frames. So for example, it also gives the support levels and the resistance levels based on those time frames as well. So even if you're a long-term trader, short-term trader, it doesn't really matter. You can ask Maximo all that. And one of the best things about Maximo is that we don't just make use of market price data from one exchange. Maximo actually pulls this information and this data from 6 centralized exchanges out there, their market data. So it's like asking Maximo, what do you think about Bitcoin, for example? Maximo checks, okay, does Binance have the Bitcoin USDT trading pair? If Binance has the Bitcoin USDT trading pair, Maximo pulls those data from Binance. If KuCoin has the data too, it pulls those data from KuCoin and all other 6 exchanges. And it goes through each of these data. It calculates the technical analysis that is involved with it. And Maximo handles about 4 technical analysis calculations. Maximo does the simple moving average calculations across the market data of the pair that you asked it to do. It also does the Bollinger Bands and the MACD analysis, and also calculates the volume weighted average. So it doesn't only just does the TA of SMA, MCD, and the rest. It also checks the volume. So it goes through each of these exchanges and check, okay, what's the buy volume versus the sell volume for Bitcoin USDT pair. So because all those things are very important data when it comes to trading, because it can determine if there is demand for Bitcoin. When the buy volume is very high compared to the sell volume, that means that, yeah, it looks like there is a much needed demand for this particular coin. So Maximo handles all those things. And also Maximo does the fundamental analysis behind the scenes. So literally asking Maximo about information about a given pair alone is like Maximo doing about 100 Google searches behind the scenes and the user doesn't see. So it will take a couple of seconds, but it's literally very fast. I think the longest time I have ever experienced Maximo take to process a pair that I asked it for and return the answer to me, probably like 30 seconds. I think,
Wow,
but
and
now
that's the
it's
longest
much,
time.
much faster now. Yeah, that's the longest time I've ever experienced. But I think now it's much, much
Hmm.
faster than 30 seconds. So imagine the bot doing all these things behind the scenes, handling the fundamental analysis data. And of recently, we are planning on plugging also crypto tweet data. So because we know that tweets from users like Elon Musk can actually influence the market. So we are looking at how we can also make Maximo to go through tweets data as well, so that in case, let's say for Dogecoin USDT, and Elon Musk makes a positive tweet about Dogecoin, Maximo should be able to determine the sentiment of that particular tweet and know, okay, this is looks like it's a positive trend, and looks like Elon Musk is, in the barest word terminology, I think we can call it shilling Dogecoin. So, and Maximo should be able to understand that, oh, looks like Elon is shilling Dogecoin. So, looks like Dogecoin is going to go up. I think you guys should buy Dogecoin, something like that because of Elon. So, Maximo should be able to do that. So, with Maximo, you don't actually get to miss out on a trend or a market trend of any particular coin or so. And one of my favorite features of Maximo has to do with the alert feature. For example, let's say, one thing with cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency traders right now is that most times we spend, because I also trade the markets as well personally, and most times we end up spending hours in front of a computer doing the technical analysis by ourselves, doing the fundamental analysis by ourselves, refreshing our Binance or KuCoin exchange price data just to know, okay, what's going on? Is this coin going up? Is it going down? And sometimes if the market is bearish, for example, let's say we're having a correction day, which can probably take 24 to 48 or 72 hours, and the whole market is going down, and you are looking for a buy entry position. But, it's going to make you spend a lot of time looking on your computer. So Maximo solves this problem. You can use the Maximo alert feature and set an alert for, let's say, Dogecoin USDT. And you can close the computer and go do whatever you want to do with your life, basically. And Maximo will be doing that, looking at the computer for you for hours. So anytime there is a very good buy opportunity, Maximo will send a push notification to your device telling you, hey, I think Dogecoin USDT is a buy now. And so it gives you that freedom, it gives you that ease so that you can get all the things done with your life. And whenever Maximo sends that notification to you, then you know, okay, it's time for me to open my computer and take the buy, or take a look at if Maximo is correct, and I can go ahead and follow Maximo's advice or not. These are literally just to help traders, people that are already used to knowing how to trade the markets, and also you can, take the suggestions that Maximo gave and act on it or not act on it. It's literally your choice. And but for other traders as well that are literally novice traders and people that don't know how to do analysis on the market, or even know how to do their own research on a cryptocurrency market or pair, they can actually make use of the auto swap feature on Maximo. So if you don't know how to make a buy or sell, auto swap. So if you don't know how to make a buy or sell on any exchange or whatever, you can just set the pairs on Maximo and tell Maximo, okay, I want you to trade Dogecoin USDT for me, and I also want you to trade OLT USDT for me, and you set your capital, the amount that you have on your Maximo wallet. That's your decentralized on-chain wallet, basically. And you give your risk advantage. So you say, okay, while you are trading for me, I don't want to lose more than 10% of my capital. So you set all those things. You set the blockchain network, and you leave it. And Maximo will automatically be monitoring that particular those particular trade pairs that you gave it, and will take decisions on when it's a good time to buy. It will automatically buy for you, and when it's a good time to sell and take the profits, it will also automatically do that for you. And also, it will record all its activities, number of open trades that it has taken, the profit and loss, until whenever the trade ends or the duration that you gave it ends. And also, Maximo will try as much as possible not to. For example, let's say in your capital, you set a 10% stop loss. Maximo will try as much as possible not to even reach your 10% stop loss. So it's, how will I put it? Maximo has these automated, liquidation strategy where it prevents the user from losing too much. So I don't know if you've noticed these things in cryptocurrency trading where the market is going up, for instance, and let's say something happened, like probably, let's say an FTX situation happens where Binance CEO makes a tweet on something that, will affect the Dogecoin price, and you see the price going down massively, like very quick, and it's going down very quick. So Maximo senses that. So if you set a stop loss at 20%, and the loss is already at 2 to 3%, Maximo can cut your trade at 2 to 3% stop loss without waiting for the trade to go as low as 20% stop loss. So Maximo also has that kind of a protection for users as well. So it's like not a human being where, by the time you might open your laptop, try to cut your losses for that, and you might make up to 20% stop loss or something. But Maximo protects against that as well. Maximo actually has a lot of features. Like the whole goal for Maximo is just to help the trader make better decisions, save their time, and make not just better decisions, also informed decisions as well. And Maximo also caters. Yeah, informed decisions. And Maximo also caters for hunters, people that are, right now in the market. This is the bull market right now. You see a lot of people looking for, okay, what's the next coin to buy? What coin should I buy? What coin should I ape in so that I can make my 100x, 200x, or whatever, and all that. And because of all this, you see people following, let's say, a lot of alpha hunters on Twitter. You follow like probably 10 to 300 or 600 accounts that, these guys always post the latest coin to buy. And not only do you follow these accounts, you also join their Telegram channels as well. You might end up having up to 100 Telegram channels that you are part of, just to look out for what coin should I buy and all this stuff. Maximo takes care of that for you as well. So you don't have to go through 100 channels that you are part of, or go through or follow through hundreds of Twitter accounts just to get the latest alpha. Like I think that's what the term is on Twitter for people like this. So if you want to dejourn into crypto, Maximo makes it easier for you. So Maximo does the job of going through all these Telegram channels, does the job of going through all these Twitter accounts and taking a look at each of their tweets, each of their posts on Telegram, and not just only text-based posts. It also understands images as well. So if you're, the person that is shilling a particular coin, for example, on their Telegram channel, makes a post of a coin, but it's just an image and not a text, Maximo will understand that as well. And not only will Maximo understand all these things, it will go through those coins. It will get the ticker, the coin ticker. It will get the blockchain which the coin is on. It will get the coin's contract address and present it to you, the user. And not only that, it also ranks these coins that it gets based on credibility. It does its own credibility ranking. So let's say more than 10 channels shield the same coin, for example. Maximo can give that particular coin a higher rank. Or let's say the users on Maximo, likes the coin ticker more. It can give that a higher rank, or the views are more, it can give that a higher rank for the user. So it's like you are hunting for the next best coin to buy or the next best coin to trade. don't stress yourself joining 100 groups or 300 groups or 300 channels or whatever. Just use Maximo, and Maximo will do that for you automatically, easily, without you having to stress yourself. It's basically helping you make your degenerate mode easier and make much better informed degenerate trades as well. Because right now people are losing money, jumping into all these scam coins that are newly launched. So in order not to make that kind of mistakes, you can have an AI that does the analysis for you and checks the available liquidity of those particular coins that are being shilled, so that you don't make mistake buying a honeypot token, or literally making wrong investments and losing your money. So Maximo helps to mitigate such risk and such mistakes from traders in the crypto community and crypto space. It's literally just your one app for everything that you want to do, as long as you are in the cryptocurrency space and you are a trader. That's what Maximo is for you. Your ultimate trading companion. Yeah, I think that's the best catchphrase for Maximo.
Okay. You know what? I took so much notes on what you were saying just now. Very informative. So Maximo essentially allows me to be a day trader while keeping my job. Everything that you said,
exactly.
that's what it translated to. So I can actually become a day trader now and not having to have sleepless nights, where I'm trying to catch up on everything that has happened during the day. Now, that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing is alpha hunters. Now, this is something that day traders make a lot of cash on, because day traders are the ones who aggregate all the data, find the hidden gems, then make a post, and you follow them on their platform in order to get the information on everything that's going on. Hidden gem.
Time. And actually on time, because most of these hidden gems, if you miss it out, you miss out. Yeah, on time. Very important.
Gone. Yeah, correct. So timing is critical. So that was another thing. So the other thing is, it is peculiar to hear that an AI application is able to gauge sentiment and able to respond to really what is emotive, the data. Because I say the thing is great, and you basically track the data based on me making a show, or Elon Musk, who's a little more popular than I am, all right, making a show, and then aggregating the data and then deciding if it's worthwhile or not. The other thing that I find very sexy is that it reads images. So I put an image out, and it will analyze the image and pull the data from the image. That is not something that I have heard of before. I think that's pretty amazing. And then the other thing is credibility ranking. I would love to see credibility ranking on at least 1,000 different coins. All right. How credible are these coins? How long have they been around? Who are the people behind them? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, because every day there are new coins being launched by anonymous individuals who create an avatar. The entire team are just a bunch of avatars, and then that's pushed out, and I don't know, it's not worth anything. So I have a poodle, and I decided I'm going to make a poodle coin, and my entire team are just people that I've met on the internet. And there are also some people who push themselves out as specialists in these areas. And when you check their work, I'm not going to call any names, when you check their work, nothing has ever been done, but they're just associated with 100 different coins that nothing
Coins
has
and
come out of.
tokens out there.
Exactly. Absolutely crazy. So there's a lot of stuff there that deals with a lot of the issues that people associate with AI. So over optimization, it deals with that. Emotional detachment, it deals with that because you actually ride sentiment and make decisions based on it. Strategy and the limitations that it has. So where you can say that my loss is going to be X, obviously there is no limit on gains, but certainly it can
Yeah,
respond
obviously.
quickly to movement of the token. Interruptibility issues. Now, tell me about the Maximo's ability to be interruptible with several different exchanges. So as long as let's say so I don't want a Binance account. I've just got like, what limitations do I have in terms of linking an account so I can affect trades? So I'd only want the information, but I want Maximo to handle X amount of cash in a wallet. All right. And then we go from there.
Yeah.
What type of wallets can I link to Maximo? And have you set any limitations yet in terms of the volumes, trading volumes and stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much for that question. Firstly, Maximo, it's an on-chain platform. So definitely it supports EVM wallets, kind of wallets. You can create your own Maximo wallet on the app once you create an account, or you can import over your already existing wallet over to a Maximo. That's your already existing EVM wallet over to Maximo. If you don't want to make use of the new one that Maximo created. And also, we have a maximum limit on volume trading. So you can't trade more than $10,000 for now. For now, there is a maximum limit. There is a minimum of $20. You can set an auto swap from $20 to a maximum of $10,000 for now, because we are still improving the application, making sure that Maximo is smarter and can handle larger volumes. So with time, the maximum limit will be increased. But for now, the maximum is $10,000. And Maximo, of course, like I said, it's an on-chain platform. So even if you don't have a Binance account, there is no problem. Your wallet is created for you automatically. And you can make use of multiple blockchains that are supported on Maximo. But one of the most important things we urge our users to make use of is blockchains with cheaper fees. For example, OneLedger blockchain, because Maximo supports the OneLedger blockchain. Imagine Maximo taking 100 trades and your choice for the auto swap is Ethereum blockchain. Just imagine that. You might end up spending all your profits on paying transaction fees. So you might end up spending all your profits on paying transaction fees on Ethereum blockchain. So it's like advisable for the user to go with the cheaper blockchain. And one of the things that we are working on right now, because one of the goals of Maximo is to make sure that Maximo is so simple, like I mentioned earlier, that even my own mother can make use of the platform. So, and one of the things we are doing right now, or we're working on right now, is, like you said, you don't have a Binance account, for example, and you just deposited funds from Ethereum blockchain over to your Maximo wallet, for example, and you want to trade the Dogecoin USDT market pair. You want to set an auto swap for the Dogecoin USDT market pair, but you have your capital on Ethereum blockchain, and you want to set an auto swap with Ethereum network. Now, one of the things we are working on now is that Maximo is going to, before you actually set that auto swap, Maximo is going to give a pop-up to you telling you, hey, you are trying to set an auto swap on Ethereum blockchain, and it does not think that it's a good idea because of transaction fees. So that you can easily say, okay, you know what, do what you think is best. And once you give Maximo the go-ahead order, Maximo will bridge that's your USDT coin from the Ethereum blockchain over to the blockchain that it thinks is best for it to make use of for the auto swap trading. That's one of the features that we are currently working on, and it will solve a lot of problem because, like you mentioned, if you don't have a Binance account, and let's say my coin is on a different blockchain, and I deposited the money over to Maximo, but I don't really know what I'm doing. But my money is on Ethereum blockchain, but I want to trade this particular coin, and I want to maximize my profit. I don't want to spend all my profits paying transaction fees. Don't worry, Maximo will analyze that and suggest what blockchain is best. And after the suggestion, you don't have to stress yourself to do the bridging, the on-chain bridging of your capital over to the new blockchain. Maximo will do that for you automatically behind the scenes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So there's really nothing to stop, and a lot of the fears. Now, the only other thing is security. Now, there's something that you mentioned earlier, and what you said earlier was sometimes if you don't put limitations on what the AI platform can do, it can make unauthorized withdrawals from your from the wallet. Now, one of the things that everyone is afraid of is those two words, unauthorized withdrawals. So what do we have in place in terms of security for the dApps built on for Maximo AI? I mean, OneLedger has its own security algorithms in place, but let's speak specifically to Maximo. Tell us about that. Tell us about security for the platform.
Okay, when it comes to security for Maximo, we actually have a lot in place. One of the major things has to do with on-chain security. For example, if you're trading a particular coin and Maximo has to do the approval for that particular coin and all, Maximo makes sure that once it's doing an on-chain approval before it buys or sells a coin, it doesn't use the max approval limit. It uses the approval limit of what capital is trying to trade at that given time. And also, it also revokes approval automatically after a trade is done. So Maximo does not keep approval of each coin or each contract open for long. Once it is done with the swap, it revokes the approval, so that in case tomorrow let's say the contract has a bug or something that it's draining your user's wallet because of approval that was given, Maximo wallets would not be affected because it revokes those approval. That's one of our security that is in place that we try to make sure that that doesn't happen. And one of the second things that we do is that Maximo, when you create a wallet on Maximo, your private keys are actually end-to-end encrypted. Like, it's super encrypted. We are making use of SH256 algorithm and the AES algorithm to encrypt your private keys. So your private keys are not exposed anywhere on the platform. And so they're literally encrypted. So even if, let's say, a hacker gets access to the private key data or any user data, what they will be getting access to is just the encrypted version of your private keys, which can only be decrypted by the user's password. So there is no password that decrypts it except the user password. So if the hacker doesn't have access to your password, they definitely cannot decrypt your password. And one of the suggestions why we try to encourage users to make sure that they make use of a very, 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 very strong password when creating their wallet. So you don't just make use of simple passwords like 1, 2, 3, 4 to create a wallet on Maximo. You have to make sure you use a very strong password to protect your wallets as well. But Maximo, it's really secure. A few days ago, we incorporated Cloudflare security to prevent against DDoS attacks or leaks on through the HTTPS protocol transfer to prevent leaks on chain security. So we just incorporated Cloudflare security, and as time goes on, we keep on improving our security algorithms.
Just say that again. You just implemented. Oh, Cloudflare.
Yeah, Cloudflare. Yeah.
Right.
to protect also as well the website itself and user traffic data online. So and with time, I think we would continue to improve our security to make it much more difficult and much more impossible for bad actors to take advantage of. But so far,
Okay.
so good, Maximo. We've taken into consideration the basic and the most important security guidelines in place.
Right. How do you handle things like DDoS?
Literally, we leave that to Cloudflare. It does that.
Okay. Okay. They take care of that. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. So fantastic. I mean, look, I'm very excited about what I'm hearing. Obviously, I'm excited from a couple viewpoints. OneLedger um, has been able to work with you to get this application out to market. We're currently testing. How has the feedback been with um, the team who's been doing the testing? And the big question is, any changes we made after the testing? And when do we go live?
Okay, so far we've had a lot of feedback from the testing. Actually, there have been a lot of suggestions of features that were not actually available on the app that we had to add from the users.
Right.
They give options or suggestions of what they think should be on a particular page or on the particular feature, how to improve the particular feature. And we have been integrating all the suggestions that the community or the testing community has been giving to us so far. And before the testing, initially, personally, I thought that the most used feature on Maximo was going to be the alert feature. But so far, it looks like the auto swap feature has climbed up right now. We have about,
Right.
I think I can take a look at the analytics data on pages and screens. So right now, our auto swap, well, it's actually gone up again. So the chat feature has about 950 page views so far
Wow.
from the testers community alone. And the second most used feature is the auto swap feature. Like the auto swap feature has overtaken the alert feature. It is like everybody just
Wow.
wants Maximo to do the trading for them. Nobody wants to nobody wants to trade by themselves again. It looks like everybody just
Told
wants,
you.
what, let this bot do the trading for me. let
Right.
the bot do the trading for me. Because for me, I am a very good skepticalist. I don't really like, I'm someone that don't like trying new things out. So initially I thought like it was going to be like, we launch Maximo and, people are going to, use the chat and get their ideas and do their own research before they take a decision. But it seems like people
Right.
are more into, you can trade, right? Why not trade? why not do the trading?
I told
So
you.
you can
So,
actually do the trading, right? Yeah, so do the trading,
right.
and it's
So as
it's
a day
actually
trader,
a good.
you can have two jobs. You can be a day trader
You
and keep your day job.
exactly, and it's growing. It's one of the fastest growing features on Maximo right now. Like, I think it might actually beat the chat feature very soon because everybody in
When
the
are we going
testing
to see the phone
community,
app?
all the feedbacks, all sorry.
When are we going to see the phone app?
Okay, the mobile application, it's right now I don't have any ETA for it because this has to do with cryptocurrency, and we know that for Android application, it's going to be much easier to get live on Android. But on iOS, we all know Apple and their policies, and Apple and their problems. So it's going to take a little bit of time before I can actually give an ETA for when Maximo will be available on iOS or Android devices. But rest assured, we are working towards that. But one of the major things that we're looking at doing right now is to make sure that we perfect Maximo's algorithm to a very, 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 very good ratio. Right now, Maximo has about I think about 55% good rate accuracy right now. So we are still improving it to make sure that it can get to at
Right.
least a 70% accuracy before we send everything live.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I am very excited. This is a new chapter for you and a new chapter for us. I want to be able to, in another 30 days or so, move this whole thing forward. Um, Very exciting stuff. Anything else that you want to share with the community before we wrap up today's session?
I think I would have to talk about still on the Maximal blockchain, AI. Please, while you are trading on Maximal AutoSwap, just make sure you use the blockchain that has the lowest fees. It's very, very important because it takes Maximal a lot of calculation for it to understand. Okay, let's say I made 10%, and out of your capital, the 10% profit was probably like $20 from the trade, and it spent $20 on transaction fee. It's kind of like gets Maximal angry, to be honest with you. Maximal, once it does that kind of calculation, it's like, you know what? I am turning this auto swap as inactive because it makes no sense. Literally, it literally makes no sense doing that kind of trade. You might end up losing more than actually making more because let's say your trade ends up in a loss and you spent $20 of transaction fees and you set a stop loss of 20% and you lost $20 as well. So that's like $20 plus $20. That's $40 minus. It's a lot.
So I have a question. As we roll Maximal out and we introduce it to the rest of the world, the question is there going to be a free trial period for anyone to try the system? Or can you only...
That's very honest question.
So one of the things I'd love to see, is where students in particular can be introduced to trading, and I would like them to try it in a no-risk environment where they trade fake OLT coins, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But be able to see what goes into the trading process. How do you make an assessment? How do you do a comparison? How do you do analysis? How do you basically do the research on what you're going to invest in? What are the trends, sentiment, everything that we spoke of earlier? And then see how, because of this factor, that factor, this is a decision that we make. And then we can spill that into not only crypto, but any other trading space. So essentially what we're doing is we are educating them on problem solving, business analysis, okay, and financial literacy. And even for individuals who are professional traders, let them try it before, see what happens, and then have a way to do it. Is that an option? Is that something
for now
that we have, or is that something that we have to build out?
Right now, we actually first that want to make use of a Maximal API tools because right now, Maximal actually the web app itself, you cannot view all this information or all this data, like the technical analysis that Maximal did behind the scenes and all, because we're trying to make sure that the user interface is very simple for the end user. But if you are a developer and you want to get more access on the data that is being returned when you ask about a particular coin pair or something like that, you can make use of Maximal API tools. And once you use the API tools to send a request to Maximal about a particular coin pair, you can view the data that is being returned. Because if you check as a developer, you see that Maximal actually returns the volume weighted average of that particular coin. It returns the simple moving average. It returns the MACD calculations. It returns all those data to the user. But based on the user interface, we don't show those data. We just, simplify the whole thing for the end user. so that the experience is better. But if you're a developer and you want to view more of this information or more of this data, you can make use of the API tools for that. And if you want to go through the demo trading options, because of Maximo does on-chain trading, you would have to plug in the testnet version of the blockchain that you want to make use of, and you will have to get access to testnet tokens and all that if you want to make use of the testnet option and not the live option, to just get more information on how the blockchain works, on how Maximo works.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we need to do when we go live is to have a test version that skeptics like yourself who don't want to try anything new can have a way of testing it with no risk at all for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And let them see how that goes. Very exciting stuff.
And Maximo is free too. Maximo is free too. Sorry, before I forget to say that, Maximo is actually free. We also, if you want to go use the Maximo and you are still skeptical about, can I really trust this bot or something like that, you can make use of the chat feature. Free. It's 100% free. You can query whatever coin you want, as many as you want, 100 a day, 200 a day. It's free. And if you also want to make use of the alerts feature on Maximo, you can set a particular coin pair for each 21 hours for free. So you can set one particular coin pair for free. So if you set a coin pair and you see, okay, I like the data I am getting from this particular coin pair and I want to set more coin pair alerts, then that's when you have to pay. But for just one coin pair alert, it's free. If you want to use the auto swap feature as well, you are free to set one auto swap trade every 24 hours for free. So Maximo actually has most of these features free for the user to just get a glimpse of what Maximo can do for you. And if you feel like you want to dive in more deeper or delve in more deeper, then yeah, that's when you don't have to spend.
I'm going to say though, one, Maximo is not going to be free forever. So if you're out there and you're thinking about it, use it now, try it now, test it now, because it's not going to be free forever, and it will make you money.
Yeah.
Especially on the OneLedger platform. So, Jay, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. We are going to have another discussion when we go directly to the community for the AMA, and we're going to have a lot more questions, a lot more excitement around this wonderful, wonderful application. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.